Blu-ray and DVD. The future belongs to those who dare to be different.
You can control your fears. That's what makes you dangerous.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the F5000 division live from Yeongnam, South Korea. In the box with me tonight is going to be the usual commentator in the F5 division. That's Jamie2503 from GP2. Good to see you, Jamie. Doing well here in GP2 this week again. After seeing last week's race, who do you think is going to be the one looking good for the win tonight? Hey, a lot of time he's got at pole position by, actually. It's quite a sizable advantage. Well, we had a couple of disconnects in qualifying, the Boy 83 UK and Gravedigger, who is our championship leader, Gravedigger, so we need to get him back in the lobby, or otherwise he'd be missing out on some good points. But yeah, as you say, Luke Dawson currently on provisional pole by 8/10 to last week's winner, ACPX Beast. Crazy Fish just about half a tenth behind that, and our new driver this week's just a tenth off Crazy Fish, so it should be quite close for the other places if they can pick up their pace, and they could get close to pole. But we're at that sort of time when I think most are on outlaps or on possible in-laps as well. Tucker doesn't see. Is that a lap from Tucker? Okie doke. Well, I'm on board. I'm on board with Tucker 104 Harley, who's currently done a 140.5. Didn't look to be improving greatly on the attempt. We'll keep watching it just in case he does. He is on the prime tyre, having said that though, and this does possibly look maybe a little bit quicker, but we'll keep on it, seeing he's now entering the final sector, and see what he can do. He just seems to be on quite a low revs. He doesn't seem to be high on the rev limiter at all. It sounds like he's bogging down a bit out of the exits to these corners. But now, he runs a little bit wide there, and had to get off the power, but going around the final sweeping right-hander, and he pits. Maybe he didn't think that was going to be that much improvement. I think it would have been quite close, but obviously didn't think there'd be much improvement in that time, so has decided to box, because it is quite a long lap round here. It is sort of a 1 minute 40, 1 minute 45 in and out lap, and then you got a 1 minute 35 lap. So it's quite a lot of time spent out on the track, not actually getting any times in. So if you're not going to do a proper lap, get in the pits, get a new set of tyres on, don't waste the time. How's XRL Killers been looking, Jamie? I've only just jumped on board, so... So 39.7. Oh, really? Could be a little bit off the pace then. But it's currently gone, I think, 6th fastest with a 39.7. Draco Fire is now on an out lap, so we'll maybe get on board with the Williams driver a little bit later. Jay Pearce I'm now on board with. He's in the Red Bull on the prime tyre, and Gravedigger losing connection almost instantly from getting in. Something's not quite right with his connection tonight. Almost seems to be the case. He lost connection very early on in the session and has lost connection straight away again. See if we can quickly get him in, but he hasn't got long. He would need to really reset his router, I think, as well. But we'll try and get him in. Maybe he didn't select the right car or something. But we'll get him in, see what he has to say for himself. Anyway, Jay Pearce in the Red Bull on the prime tyre. He is looking not too bad at the moment. As we go into this final sector, quite good if you can hook the corners up, because one corner leads straight onto the next. Going around the final corner now, or the final couple, because it's a little left kink here. Now going to go over the line. It's going to be in the 39s, 39.6, just ahead of XRL Killers there. XRL Killers is on an in lap, treating his tyres quite carefully. Tucker 104 Harley in P8. Jolly Pop now, he's just about to start a lap, so we'll come back to him in a little bit. He's also on the primes. Draco Fire now on the options. He's done a 41.9. I don't think this is a track which suits him. Having said that, though, this seems to be a bit more promising from the Williams driver, and should be a massive improvement on the 41.9 that he set earlier. So we'll keep an eye as he's now approaching this final sector. It's going to be close to Jay Pearce's time of a mid 39, but he needs to carry a lot more pace through there. Gets onto the power, final couple of corners now. Misses his apex there, has a little bit of curve saved up. Will now go over the line. This is a big improvement on the lap he did, a 39.7. That 39.6, 39.7 area is pretty close. There's 3 drivers within a tenth there. Tucker 104 Harley. We'll get to Jolly Pop now if possible. He's on the prime tyre in the Toro Rosso. And can he get himself possibly in that mix? I don't think so. This is a slow looking lap. Slower than a 140 anyway. CUFC Ewan did very well last week to get on the podium on his debut as well. But he's on an outlap, so we'll get to him in a little bit. Lisbon Lions has put at P2 on his final race. He can't race for the rest of the season because of work commitments. So hopefully he'll be able to go out with a bang. Gravedigger, connection issues tonight. Gravedigger is not picking up the mic. What's going on with him today? V2 Ozone's currently put at 3rd place on the grid on the super soft tyres. He's gone out again. He's going to give it a go. Gravedigger's just... I think his connection's just had a massive... He doesn't want to know today. He can't... Don't think anything's working for him. And this looks like an in-lap from V2 Ozone, so Sorry for wasting your time on that one. Crazy Fish now, he's on an outlap, currently P5. P6 is Tucker, he's just gone over the line. The newcomer, Dionysius, is currently in a P7. This is looking an okay first half to the lap, so we'll keep on board. Runs a little bit wide there. And again, actually. Yes, it should be. It should. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure yet. It should be there, I think. Going around the final corner now, and the timing is going to come through. It is an improvement. It's a 38.2. Good enough for P2, so the newcomer confirming to us that this division is good for him. He's right up there. And the provisional grid with just under a minute left to go of the session is Luke Dawson out on pole. He has not improved on the time he set right at the start of the session, but everyone else is starting to get closer. Lisbon Lions 300ths off in second, with Dionysius, the newcomer, in third, just under 4/10 off. 4,000ths off ahead of Sick V2 Ozone, who's 4/10 exactly behind the pole. ACPX Beast is in P5, 8/10 behind. Half a tenth behind that is Crazy Fish, and Tucker 3,000ths off, 300ths off again, sorry. Then 9/10 behind him is Jay Pearce on the primes, with XRL Killers, as we say, having a bit of issue with not being able to practice this week. We've got XRL Draco Fire on the options, Jolly Pop on the primes. Jolly Pop some 2.6 seconds off, 2.9 seconds off actually. So on the prime tyres, yes, it's going to take a bit of it off, but he's got to find maybe a little bit more pace as we watch Lisbon Lions, who is on a lap. I kind of went off him a little bit early there. We're going to stick on board with Lisbon Lions because he is approaching the last few corners of the lap. This could be decent. Runs a little bit deep, but doesn't cut the power. The power doesn't just cut out. You can do it if it does go wide. They just kept the tyre inside the white line, clipping the apex as he goes through. And that is no improvement. Not by much he lost out by, but not quite enough. ACPX Beast is the next guy out there on a lap. There's only 3, and he's corner cut, so he's out. Tucker 104 Harley. I'm not sure if he's on a lap or not. I think he might be, so we'll keep on board. The revs do not sound high, so maybe not. Timing suggests that he might well be. Not on a fantastic lap, though, so we're going to get off board and go on to Jay Pearce, who's gone on from the prime to the option. Gone a little bit deep there, gets onto the power, but again, this might not even be an improvement here for Jay Pearce. Keep on board as he's the last one. In fact, I think he's even slowing down. Tucker, yeah, this is going to be close actually for Tucker. Not quite. And our final driver to go around, Jay Pearce, making a real pig's ear of this lap, if I'm honest. And will not set one. So that will be qualifying session over. We need to get a picture of the result. But it's Luke Dawson who held on to pole position by just 300ths of a second. Jolly Pop was the last qualifier, 2.9 seconds off on the prime. The gap is around 1 to 1.5 seconds around here to from options to prime. So he's still a second off the pace, but anything can happen in these races. You never know. So Jay Pearce, you've seen that one. You've seen that qualifying session. Obviously, Gravedigger's not going to be here tonight, which is a big shame for the championship. But who do you think's going to go and take the checker flag today, from what you've seen? I'm going to have a look at the results before I go and sort of say who I think's going to win. I've got to have a quick look at it again. But anyone that stood out in qualifying for you? Closer than what we thought it was going to be. I think, early on it looked like Luke Dawson set a very good time for the division, which he has done. He's got pole position, obviously, but it was a lot closer than what we thought towards the end. Oh dear, oh dear. Right. Yeah, let me quickly have a quick look. Well, Dionysius looks good on his debut, and a complete unknown as to what we're going to get in the shape of him today. Luke Dawson obviously doing well as well. Lisbon Lions will look to go off on a high. My favourite F5 driver, 6v2 Ozone's also up there, and he's the main challenger as it stands to Gravediggers Championship. He's currently only 9 points behind, so 6v2 Ozone has a great chance to take the lead of the championship here, courtesy of a disconnection. Crazy Fish is P3 in the championship, and he's qualified 6th today. He's just 4 points ahead of ACPX Beast, so ACPX Beast qualifying ahead is a good start. Jay Pierce is next in the championship, he's down in 8th. And then you've got the likes of Tucker, Draco, Lisbon Lions, and the Boy 83 UK rounding off the top 10. But you've got a number of new drivers as we go towards the bottom. CUFC Ewan, he did not qualify, pretty poorly actually. I think he'd be expecting a lot more. So it's a tough one. I'm going to go for the new guy tonight. Dionysius 1991. Why not? We don't really know what he's made of yet, so he could be the one to be on. But let's get out onto the track. We've got 28 laps of the Korean Grand Prix at Yeongnam coming right up, so this should be a great race. It's nearly almost a full lobby, so it should be a decent one. We do not want to quit the session. Right, so here we are for the South Korean Grand Prix, round 14 of the XRL F5000 Championship. This should be an absolute great race with 13 drivers on the grid tonight out of a possible 14. The 14th disconnecting in qualifying and could not get back in for the race, and that had to be the championship leader. So it's an open race tonight with many threats for the win. But it's lights out and away we go here from South Korea. It's a short run down to turn 1. Who's going to get there first? More importantly, Luke Dawson's got a great start. He might be able to hold off any threat down the inside. He does. It's all getting a little bit clogged up behind. Looks like Luke Dawson lost a bit of traction. And his Lisbon Lions just took the lead. What a move there from Lisbon Lions. It looks like it's a reasonably clean start. Luke Dawson getting some slipstream now, uses his curves. Can he get onto the inside? It's going to be a tight one. He's going to have the inside line. We've got the Toro Rosso of Dionysius there trying to think about a move. Him and Lisbon Lions got close. That's a Mercedes. Mercedes is spun round. I did not see who caused that, but we got a pretty good view at the time, and that has caused some serious stuff at the back. There's a bit of a gap between the back pack and the front pack now because of it, so not great in that respect. I don't know who lost out. Do you, Jamie?
No, I didn't. I didn't manage to catch the incident, but ACPX Beast is well at the back.
ACPX Beast, last week's winner. Don't really know what happened. I was more commentating and looking, I was focusing more on the guys at the front, but I was looking backwards and they weren't too many places behind. The spin was actually very, very opposed to who I was on board with at the time. So we'll have to have a look at that one again. I mean, it's not something I can just Deontys, a good start. He's now in P3. Got Luke Dawson down a position. A slow start for Luke today means that he's down a place. And 6v2 Ozone in the McLaren. McLaren's having a good race, first and fourth at the moment. 6v2 Ozone will take the championship lead if he finishes in fourth, fifth or higher, and he'll have the championship lead after this week. So there is an incentive. He did well here last year. I think he finished second in the F4 last season. CUFC Ewan, what a start for him. He's up into P5. XRL Killers in P6. He's had a decent start. Jolly Pop in 7th as well. Quite a few good starters at the expense of likes of AC Pixbeat. I think Crazy Fish is maybe someone else who's been involved as well. 3 UK now is under a bit of pressure. Williams driver Draco Fire looking around the outside going into turn 4. 483k gives him plenty of room. Can't quite make the move. He might try and get the cut back. No, he's not. Sort of volley round here, but he might have a go if he gets a good drive out of the exit here through the sweepers. Not quite, so he's going to have to hold back or rely on an error from the boy 83k to make a move into P8. In fact, it looks as if Jay Pearce is, or no, it's even Tucker. It's Tucker who's looking to get some places. Jay Pearce, shocker, so is Crazy Fish. I think they might have been caught up in the ACPX Beast spin. And so they've got some work to do, and their work is cut out without only being a 50% race. So how will they carve their way through the pack? May not be an easy thing to do.
And there's an overtake for second there. Luke Dawson ran wide at turn 1, and that was...
That'll be Deontys through then, but he's not through for long.
Yeah, Deontys takes full advantage, but Luke Dawson gets him straight back in the DRS straight.
We've seen...
Well, Deontys.
We've seen Luke Dawson use all of his curves to retain positions down that straight. Deontys used all of his curves to get out of the corner, and it's kind of... Good spatial awareness from both of them there.
Ran wide.
There's a spin.
Oh, and there's contact behind.
And if I'm honest, that looked as if that was the McLaren's fault there of CUFC Ewan.
Yeah.
I think that might be. No, it's not him. Who is it? 6v2 Ozone, isn't it?
That was. 6v2 Ozone and CUFC Ewan collided there.
Well, we'll have to have a look at it again. That might play into the hands of Gravedigger, who knows. Bit of an eventful start here, not been great in terms of that spin there. Really shouldn't have happened, as we've got a McLaren off the road there. What has happened there then? There was that lag, that's a lag. Great, got a bit of lag going on tonight. We love this game at times. Jolly Pop into P6, he's doing a good job. He's got a good chance to have a good result. XRL Killers in front of him. Not an easy target, but an easier target than most on the grid here, so he has a chance here to go up an extra place. And the pace of this mid-pack seems very equal, but then at the same time, we've got our race leader who is Lisbon Lions, isn't it? Lisbon Lions, yeah, he's absolutely flying. He's got such a gap on the race already.
Deontys takes second place there.
So Luke Dawson losing a place
and
there.
Pulls well away from Luke Dawson.
Luke Dawson, I think, used all of his curves. No, he's still got some of his curves, Luke, but he didn't bother using it. He's going to try at a later point on the track, but my prediction up into P2, he's having a decent race so far. So P2 Ozone, P4. He's just monitoring that situation. Could do with getting a little bit closer. And XRL Killers is having a decent run here. He's in P5. But it's all starting to close up in this mid-pack. Look at this. Draco followed by... You've got Tucker 194 Harley. Clark is saying Draco's got a good chance for a podium tonight. He's got to up his game a little bit, but he is within, a couple of seconds of that podium, so who knows? You just can't tell. Tucker in P8, as I said, we'll go back a little bit. We've got Crazy Fish, who's worked his way into P9, courtesy of the spin that UFC Ewan had. He's on a prime tyre, though, so he is a dark horse. The boy 83k, again, he's on the prime. And then you've got, I believe, that is Jay Pearce down in 12. What's happened to him? Start of the season he was flying, back end of the season not so. AC Pix Beast is last. And
someone's pitted already.
Someone's already pitted 4 laps in. I don't know if that's, in terms of 50%, I don't know if that's right.
6v2 ozone. 6v2 ozone.
Looks like there's 2 going in actually. 2 cars are in, and the other is Crazy Fish.
Crazy Fish is in as well.
I mean, they can get an undercut, which could be quite important around here. Just does seem a little bit early, but who knows? Jay Pearce is in P10 now. He's benefiting from the pit stops and will benefit again, because it looks like it's a pretty easy move done there. Jay Pearce on, I think that's 3k. Just make sure, yep, that is. And CUFC Ewan might be wanting to try and follow him through here. Probably not close enough for this lap, but we'll have a look later on. Nudge there, 83k. Can't be doing that. And now he's possibly going to be under pressure from AC Pix Beast, who's run wide there. Those tyres not quite having enough grip anymore. They were 5 laps old with qualifying on them, so suggests that probably it is getting towards a pit stop area now. The CUFC works his way up into P8, P7 is Tucker. Then this is the battle that's probably the closest out on track at the moment. 3 cars scrap. Draco up into P6 clubs. Keep an eye on that one. We've got Jollipop still behind XRL Killers. He should really be thinking about getting a move done there, surely.
Those tyres look to be going off.
Yep, and he's in.
And he pulls into the pits.
So can Jollipop put in a quick lap before he has to box? He shouldn't. I don't know.
Put in a PB. Luke Dawson in 3rd place, staying in touch. Now with the on chase.
Yeah, he hasn't let him through, like properly run away with him, but that gap seems to have remained around the same for the last couple of laps between them and our race leader. Oh, there's the Williams Draco there getting incredibly deep on the brakes. Nearly collected the Toro Rosso. We've got Jigsaws and Key in here. Just to let you know, Key, I've got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 13, sorry. And I got it from game yesterday, and the game disc is not being very helpful. Most of the time it's unrecognised, but once it is recognised, it plays the game fine. So when I'm getting on there and playing, I'm doing well. British Amateur Champion on 4 under on Tour Pro difficulty. Not many people are better than that.
Ah, I could maybe play you that, Dan.
You got Tiger Woods 13.
Yeah.
See, this is what we should do. It should be me, you, Key, Jigsaws, Alexi, anyone else who has Tiger Woods 13, get on. We do like a proper season, have like tournaments, and then like have the cut, and then you have people like P who miss the cut because he's rubbish. And then, you know, you have people like Alexi who come second to me. It's all great.
Got a couple of other drivers pulling into the pits as well.
We've got some banter going on, some serious banter going on tonight, but I've got to concentrate on the race, guys. I'll be on Tiger Woods afterwards as long as there's not too many incidents to talk about, which since the first couple of laps it's all calmed down. There hasn't really been too many incidents to talk about. We haven't been Jane?
Nope.
No, it has been pretty much quite quiet, and Lisbon Lions is come out of the first stint into P6. Got got a little bit of clear road ahead of him. Not too much to the boy 83k, who might prove to be a bit annoying for the first couple of laps. And that might mean that the cars behind CB2 Ozone, in fact, he's going to jump the battle for P2 and 3 with Luke Dawson and Dioncius, because he's only a second. He's only, what, a second behind? This is I don't know what's going on. This is a really interesting race. We've got XRL Killers only about 3 seconds off the net lead. He was way off. Things are changing with undercuts. Undercuts are looking really important in this race. And the likes of Dioncius and possibly who the other guy is, Luke Dawson, for the first 2 places. They are going longer on their first stint, but that could put them in sort of P5, P6 area, and they've got to make the overtakes and wear their tyres more to do that in their later stints. It's not really beneficial. I would expect them in by now, though. Lap 7 seems to be long enough on the 50. In fact, that's Draco being let through. Oh, that's a sloppy error. That is a sloppy error from the Williams team there. Draco and Luke Dawson both are in the box, both on option tyres. Luke Dawson wants to let Draco through, assuming that he was, but no, they're both hit, and Luke Dawson is going to be held up to the tune of 5+ seconds here. That's a possible race killer for Luke Dawson, especially with how close these guys are. Option tyres go on again. We've got to make sure they aren't the options that were used by Draco, but in fact he's now gone down to dead last because of that. Behind ACPX Beast, behind Jolly Pop, that is. Oh dear, this is not working out here. Draco trying to make a move on Tucker. Tucker going to the outside to defend and will hold this lap. But just to put it in comparison, Dioncius, who was just ahead of him, is to the tune of maybe 12 seconds ahead of him now. That's a massive gap he's got on him, and that's a little bit nudge from the Lotus Renault driver of XRL Killers there. It's all getting a little bit messy here. Crazy Fish probably not doing much help here, holding these guys up. Not actually holding them up, he undercut them. So he's there on pace and merit actually, so it's full position. Killers in P8. So it's hard to sort of really read and gauge where we're at with strategy and who's where. And one of those who has benefited with the undercut is CB2 Ozone, which is probably not to XRL Gravedigger's pleasure, because he disconnected in qualifying and he's only 9 points ahead of CB2 Ozone. And it looks like the boy 83k is seriously struggling on those tyres. But I would say he has to go further than 8 on his first stint of prime, so what's he going to do? He's going to stay out again. Surely just a sitting duck for the McLaren here. Hold back here, don't make a move. Or is he going to dive down the inside? He is not. And I don't blame him either. I mean, that's a... he doesn't want to get that place. He doesn't want that place. I'm not sure if he's got the RS or not, but he hasn't either, so that's a little bit a sloppy error in some ways. He should have gotten the power, but he's held. It looks like he's going to hold that place, and well, don't think the boy 83k could really done too much about that. But our net race leader is currently in P2 now, just overtook Jay Pearce, and the gap, yeah, is about what it was, 3-4 seconds. So working out quite nicely for Lisbon Lions, with our race leader currently CUFC Ewan, who has gone quite a long way up in this race. He's worked his way up from pretty much dead last on the grid to first. Obviously he hasn't hit yet, but the pace has been decent. But look at how close it is. We're nearly, well, we're a third of the race in, and everyone's split by no more than 20 seconds, I'd say, if that. Once everyone's hitting everything, that's probably what the gap is. dangerous from Crazy Fish, who can just break so much deeper. He's still going to fight back though, and I wouldn't have even done that because now he's just going to lose out on the DRS here to two drivers. He's got to be careful on either side. Deontay might even look to have a go at Crazy Fish here. He's trying as hard as he can. He has got to go a long way around. He is on the primes as well. Crazy Fish breaks late. Can Deontay hold it round the outside? No, he can't. He's going to get... Oh, it's so close. So close between the two. Crazy Fish defends to the inside. Can Deontay possibly go around the outside or cut back on him on the exit? He's going to try and cut back on him a little bit early that as well. And just a little bit of a nudge. And that has let through the boy... Is that the boy 83K or his teammate XRL Killers? It's awfully close again. And it doesn't really make too much difference because both of the Lotuses have gone through. And that was XRL Killers who did the second overtake as Deontay runs wide on the sweepers there. And, well, I'm quite surprised a 10 lap plus quali set of tyres is being able to hold up some with pretty much brand new tyres. 483K is doing a good job at the moment, especially for his teammate. As that looks to be a Red Bull slowing down on track. What's that? Is that JP? Why would JP be slowing down on track? I'm not sure what's going on there. Could be a controller issue, possibly. It's all getting a little bit closer. Boy 83K could do with pitting in. If I was Vittorio Rosso behind Deontay, he's losing too much time behind. He might well have a look down the inside here into turn 1. Who does? He's getting close again. No, he doesn't wait for DRS, but his teammate might just help him out there. He got a really slow exit. XRL Killers in front. Is he going to get DRS? He's not. So this should be an easy move for both. Tucker, is that? I can't think now. Yeah, it is Tucker, who's slowly working his way up into this race. The boy 83K is a bit lower than where he wants to be. Now he needs to pit as soon as possible. CUSE Ewan, and looks like that must be Draco, because Luke Dawson lost too much time. So yeah, that is Draco is down in P8 now, losing a place. Jolly Pop, oh, luckily we caught that one. We just caught that in the back of the cameras. Luke Dawson's not had a good race at all.
Yeah, I was on board with that one.
Whose fault do you think?
The X Beast. He was over defending and weaving, and then as soon as Luke Dawson got by him, he was just too aggressive on the brakes. I was watching them two for a couple of laps.
Yeah.
Before that happened.
Well, not quite working out for Luke Dawson, say that is for sure. That is something we know, that Luke Dawson's just having an absolute shocker after such a good start and pole position. He's going backwards that is what we know. But 6 metre ozone in P2 might be under investigation for an instance. The boy 83K.
Oh, the boy 83.
Disconnect flags out. I don't know where he would have been really with all of that, but it's now 12 drivers running, and he was one of the 2 drivers who lost connection in qualifying. So probably is a connection related issue. As Deontay gets a little nudge there from behind, and by Tucker,
looks like they're going for a shorter stint.
Quite a good position for a podium, Tucker. It's good to see him fighting back at the right end of the grid. He's been struggling for a few weeks, not being around as well. Good defensive driving there from Deontay. So you've got to go around the long way, and that's actually cost Tucker a couple of places there. As it looks to me as if AC Pixby is trying to go on the inside of XRL Killers on the prime.
The UFC Ewan, he got past.
That's a solid move right there. That's a decent move
good
from
move.
Ewan. He's just got on the inside, yes, for super softs, but it's a great place to try and make a move. There's really only one perfect line around that corner, so he's done well there.
The McLarens 1 and 2 just pulling well away from the field at the moment. Killers is under pressure here from Tucker of 104 Harley.
Who's trying to go
Tucker
around the
trying to put it around the
outside.
outside.
That's a good move.
Oh, that's a
from
good
Tucker.
move.
I only just caught that towards the end. You have to say that was a good move from Tucker there.
UFC Ewan, oh, hits the back of Jolly Pop, but lets him back through. Fair driving there. UFC Ewan, you would think he would be able to breeze past. Not been able to yet. This will be a lap and a half he'll be stuck behind. Pop for third and fourth right there. UFC Ewan trying the cutbacks at every corner. Just waiting for Jolly Pop to lose a bit of traction on those primes. Tucker 104 Harley is closing up because of this.
He is indeed. And Ewan should really get a good move done now. He's going to surely hold him up here. No point making DRS move here because he's going to sneak. And do you know what? I think the Oncius won't even care until to get the DRS back. And with the gap being so close, I don't think Merck clear. He isn't starting to be pulled back.
Look at Tucker. Tucker's closing in as well.
It's
Not
a
enough
three-way scrap for that podium. Good car awareness there from the Oncius. He turned in and spun. But very, very good awareness of what was happening around him. He's going to have the inside against Tucker here. He should be able to just defend this. Does have a lot better traction than Tucker, remain in P4, but that could be a good move for Ewan to get that third podium place. But this looks a great result for McLaren, a 1-2 currently. We haven't said that forever in the F5 division for McLaren, or in real life. I can't remember the last time we said in real life. It's a 1-2 for McLaren. So it's good to see. They've built quite a big gap actually to the cars behind. So good on them. We're half race distance now. I think we're going to quickly get a drink actually, as the gaps between the drivers just seem to be opening up a little bit. Crazy Fish and Merck here having a little bit of a battle against ACPX Beast in 8, 9, 10 and 11. Having a battle out here.
This three-way scrap here on the DRS straight. Jolly Pop manages to get by. Or does it? Three abreast going into turn 3. Jolly Pop loses a bit of traction. Almost hits the Red Bull of J Pierce there, but J Pierce just managing to keep it there.
Well, I'm going to leave it on this one. Oh, Jolly Pop getting way too deep there. Marbles on the tyres. He's got no one behind, but there's damage done there really. He's going to have to build up to make it pass again. J Pierce is closing in on ACPX Beast here for minor points, but any points will do. Could mean the difference between staying up and getting promoted or getting into the playoffs at the end of the season. J Pierce looks to have got a much better drive.
No way. No way.
That is aggressive driving from the Merc, but if I'm honest, J Pierce deserved that place, so fair play to J Pierce. He's made the move. seconds. They're just not giving up.
Now, has JPS pulled away?
Merck is in.
he's
Merck is
ejecting
in.
pits.
XRL Killers has made yet another stop. So he's coming into P10 right behind these guys. Switch out to the outside. He's going to have to go back to the other side again. He's going to have the RS. And it should be a pretty easy move for the lowest driver to get himself into P9. So that'll help his lap time out. Was Jolly Pop. Well,
Oh,
somewhat missing his braking point was
big.
an understatement, but glad he didn't go into anyone. Big family if he did. I'm going to leave you to it for a couple of minutes whilst I go and quickly get a drink, but I'm going to put it on for the battle, because that battle sort of quietens down. I'm going to put it on the battle for, is that P4 and 3? P5, 4, 3. 3 and 4 being the closest, so that's the Red Bull, Tucker and Toro Rosso. Yes, maybe.
XRL Killers back in 9th place, just come out of the box, but obviously going for a 3-stop strategy here. It might work, just depends on how quick he gets through the traffic here. He's right on the back of JPS already. He should clear these guys in a breeze. Just trying to set himself up a little bit. These two, I believe, are the two closest on the track. Not quite getting DRS as we have a car in the pits. We've got 4 cars in the pits, but they all come out ahead of these two. Bar 1, which will be Tucker O'Harley. Doesn't come out. He's lost a lot of time to XRL Killers there by only pitting in 1 lap later. XRL Killers not using any of his gears. Used a tiny bit there, but not able to move past JPS. This could end up costly. Gets in the marbles there at the exit turn 3. Cost him dearly. What is he doing? He's behind. Possibly another lap. Have 2 cars getting very scrappy up ahead of these two. It is for P6 and 5, CFUC, UFC and Crazy Fish dicing it out there. I believe this is for position, really. Not any provisional stuff, not any mix of strategies going on. UFC with the options, get the drive and the traction out of the corner, and Crazy Fish. Should have just gave that place up there. Now he's brake checked him there. Great. UFC getting revenge there and makes an easy move past the DRS. Now, is this a move from XRL Killers? No, JPS stays ahead again. This is so costly. Look at this. Oh, but Killers just managed to use all his cars, and JPS doesn't have any left to respond. All he can do is try and chuck it up the inside here. Killers gives him plenty of room into turn 4, but Killers stays ahead, but JPS can't get the traction here at turn 6. Looks like Killers has pulled away too much, but Killers has lost a lot of time there. Tucker 104 Harley, just behind his teammate JPS at the moment. That should get close. Luke Dawson and ACPX Beast getting very close. Once again, after ACPX Beast side pod glitching Luke Dawson earlier on in the race, can Luke Dawson get a bit of revenge and hopefully get past him cleanly? ACPXB has been driving really aggressive tonight. Dawson, I believe, is on pretty worn primes. I don't believe ACPXB will be under too much threat come the DRS. So this, Tucker 104 Harley has got past his teammate and is close right up to Killers already. He's not going to put it around the outside. Trying to put it around the outside at turn 1. Jesus, and he doesn't quite manage to pull it off, but he has DRS again here for the second straight. And here we go, heading into turn 3, uses almost all of his cares, and that is quite a simple move. Tells me Killers has the better gearbox though. Who's this? The Ferrari ahead of Crazy Fish. Crazy Fish is on worn primes and he's going to be holding up those two fresh option runners. This could get interesting. This is the closest battle on the track here for 6, 7 and 8. Tucker 104 Harley trying a move. That's just not right. And look at that, XRL Killers gets through both cars. What a move. Oh, it's a shame Dan didn't catch that on stream, because that would have been right up there for overtake of the week. Tucker 104 Harley just touching Crazy Fish wide. Crazy Fish obviously lost a bit of traction and Tucker let him back through, and Killers done both of them on the straight to move up to P6. Great move from Killers. And that'll certainly help his tyre life now, being in quite a bit of fresh air. There's about 5 seconds to the next car ahead. Should be able to do it. Crazy Fish, he peels off into the pits on lap 19, assumingly going in for options to the end. Tucker will be able to close that gap pretty quick. BT also leads Lisbon Lions, but questionably, I have not a clue. Oh, Lisbon Lions is just pitted, that's why, for his final stint in options as well. Dionysius is under close pressure here from the option runner of CUSCU. Tyres look a bit worn, and look at that, that is a simple move. Round the outside at turn 5 and sticks it on the inside for turn 6. Good move. Good solid move there. I believe I've seen a two-man battle at the back there. At the back. It was Crazy Fish who's just pitted for primes. 9 laps on the primes. Who is that? Jolly Pop. Jolly Pop just is ahead but is on options. I don't know when Jolly Pop pitted. But Crazy Fish, I know, just pitted in the last lap there. This is for the final point. Provisionally. At the moment. There's a very lonely driver there in there. It is ACPX Beast. Looking very low. Oh, he gets really wide there and loses an end plate from that. Hits the wall.
What happened to what has happened to my answers?
Well, you missed a potential overtake of the week.
Did I catch it on stream? Come on. Who was
I don't think so.
Who was it?
Well, it was Tucker. Tucker tapped Crazy Fish slightly wide, and he kind of let him back through, and XRL Killers came through the middle of the two of them
catch that.
and managed. No.
He's done all of his stops, so the only way is up, I think. In front of him
gets ahead.
is ATPX Beast, and in front of them is Jay Pierce. I think he's going to have to make another stop. Tucker, I think, is similar, as well as XRL. His tyres don't look great, so probably yes. I'm not quite sure what the situation with the stop set is. Who's going to play out? I think that's who things next. couple of laps, we'll find out who's pitting. And this could be quite an interesting race at the front, though. XRL Ozone has closed in massively on his teammate. And I would be inclined to pit. And he does. XRL Ozone pits. He's going to get an undercut on his teammate. This could be massive for the championship. So. Great drive tonight,
Taylor's also peels off into the pit.
Ewan is in, yeah.
And J. Pierce follows him in as well.
J. Pierce is in. Where does XRL Ozone come out in terms of position-wise? Is a clear P3. Ewan is the nearest driver in P4, is about maybe 3 seconds behind. And the only car that went past XRL Ozone in that pit stop period is Tucker, 104 Harley, who I think will have to pit. So. It's looking good. It's looking good for XRL Ozone. So I have a lot of time for.
Leon CS makes an illegal overtake there. Turn 1.
Really, what happened?
On ACPX Beast. Oh, well, cleanly on the inside, DRS, and he just cut the corner, really. He was making the move.
Well, ACPX Beast runs very wide. Sort of, I'll let you through sort of move there. ACPX Beast made to the Williams. In front is that Draco fire. It is. Luke Dawson, where's he then? Has he been working his way back up the pack, or is he still sticking it out right at the back? I hope not, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. It does look as if Luke Dawson is our last place runner, but he is quite close to the cars in front. There's only 7 laps to go, so time is running out for him to get into the points, but he's got a chance. Nearest battle out on track currently would have been second and third. 7th lap of the pits, that's Tucker. No, that's. What is happening with the race lead? Race is still actually with Lisbon Lions and the McLaren, so.
Yeah, Lisbon Lions boxed in about lap 19.
Do you think you'll try and make it to the end then?
I would assume so. It's not impossible to do 9 laps on options.
No, you can see some people get to 8 on their first stint, so. It's almost losing it there.
As Luke Dawson picks up a point in today's race.
Whee!
Go on.
Let's hope he can get a few more. I mean,
he
does deserve more, if I'm honest, but it's just not quite worked out for him. It's sort of,
side pod glitch with the ACPX
and the pit incident cost him a lot.
Yeah. I think I remember double stacking at this Grand Prix by an accident last season in GT2 with Tom 625, I think was the teammate. I know how it feels. It's a good feeling. Tucker 104 Harley has managed to get ahead of XRL Draco Fire. Draco Fire looks to have lines in his options. I don't know when he pitted, but he's lost out to 2 cars in 1 lap. That'd be good. XRL Killers is in 7th, not too far behind, a couple of seconds. And behind him, I believe, Jay Pierce, Tez, a couple of seconds behind Killers. So, this mid-pack could get pretty close towards the end.
Most of the cars are pretty split apart now.
Yeah, got 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, fairly close. Vehicle Fire seems to be the slowest out of these 4. Losing quite a bit of time now to the cars ahead as well, and it's actually dropped out of DRS on 5th place man Tucker 104 Harley, who is closing in on the 4th place driver of Dionysius. Debut race, and he's in the top 4. That's a strong result for his debut race.
It is, it's great, it's a good starting pace for him. If he can work on that, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen CU as well, having a strong performance last week as well in Singapore, unfortunately losing out on his debut race. Would have been a debut podium, but he lost it in the last sector of the last lap. That was a strong result for his debut race as well. So, these guys certainly proving that this division is right for them.
Exactly. They could be regular drivers going, looking ahead next season. They could be very, very good drivers for this division, or maybe even the division above. So.
Yeah. Tucker 104 Harley is closed in on Dionysius 4th and 5th. And this pack of 4 is now went into 2-2s, and Killers is all over the back of Draco Fire for 6th and 7th as well. Can Tucker get back? Tucker's had a strong race, pace-wise. He's been really quick on the options. So, can he get by Dionysius here on the 2nd DRS straight? Dionysius very slow on the apex there in turn 1. And that is caused Tucker to close in. Tucker almost uses all of his cares to DRS, but not keeping in the slipstream, and he realises that. He doesn't get back. Dionysius keeps it for another lap. But Tucker using the remainder of his cares.
Still not quite getting close enough on the system tutorial, I'd say.
He's just not getting in the slipstream in the straights, and I don't know why. He's got Killers and Draco.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a battle behind that now, isn't it? So getting quite close again.
Yeah. Draco Fire though, keeping ahead for another lap. It's a 2-man battle at the back of the team. Dawson, look, Dawson's back down to 12. Must have pitted again. ACP XP. And Jolly Pop, 10th and 11th. This is for the final point. Today's race, 3 laps to go. All getting pretty close here, and a couple of ACP XP's big wheel spin out of the slow hairpin there. He's lost a lot of time from that.
Tucker getting close, but not quite close enough.
SCU, and will he get his podium this time? Looks comfortable. Yeah, gets by.
It's not going to make it easy though.
Good traction out of turn 3. Side by side. We have seen moves around the outside here. Tucker Tucker just brakes slightly later and makes a move. Has Draco Fire been able to keep ahead of Killers? Nope. Killers has managed to get past him as well. Well, I think that is it. Battle-wise, but Deontys will not give up that 4th place easy. Taking right to the gearbox. 104 Harley. 4th. Ah, no. And Draco Fire gets back by Killers. Killers half spun it there out of the slow corner, and I think his tyres are starting to go off. That could be costly in the final lap of the race. Will they end up losing out to Jay Pierce? Find out. He he's just got DRS.
Deontys closing in. Getting the DRS now. Driving, slipping, can't lead.
XRL Killers closing in on Draco 5 for the last lap overtake,
move.
and he...
That is a great move from Deontys. Despite all of the weaving from Tucker, that was a good move.
And Draco Fire gets back by again. These two exchanging places at every corner. Well, Killers go for a dive. Draco defends, but it runs wide. Not enough though for Killers to get by.
Must be a good hold for Draco if he can keep 6th from today.
Yeah, certainly a strong hold. Killers just not able to get by, and we have a couple of cars there. I think that is for the final point still. As Lisbon Lines, my man, who I betted from the start, has won.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! No, you did not say him, did you?
Oh, rubbish! Rubbish! You're not doing this again. No way.
To be fair, I can't remember these, so you're probably right on that one, but I don't know whether to believe you or not anymore.
Oh, come on. Watch the stream back. You did this in Singapore last week as well.
Man. You just went Bolton.
Rubbish. No, I said it's very close between the front two, but I'm going to go with Lisbon Lions.
Crazy Fish will not be happy with 9th tonight. I think the race, he had a better race than that. But coming over the final corner, Jolly Pop's not even going to get a point. Being in the points for so much this race, he's not going to quite get a point because he's just been beaten to the line by Beast in the Merc. Yeah, who nicks a point. Luke Dawson will round off the finishers a minute down, but the pace between most of these guys is really close. But Lisbon Lion pulls out a 15-second lead. That's a decent result nonetheless. CUFC Ewan, a 7th podium. Deontys on debut. It's good to see Tucker down in P5 getting back to some kind of form. Draco P6, P7 is Killers, P8 is Jay Pierce, 9th is Crazy Fish, rounding off the points is AC Picks Beast, with nothing separating him and Jolly Pop here. 12th, Luke Dawson, had to be one of the most biggest losers tonight out of that. He was so unlucky. As we get in the top 3, Jamie, right then. Third place man here. We've got our second place man in here, but not our first place. So we're going to start backwards order. CUFC Ewan. Second podium in 2 races, Ewan. You're really settling into the F5 division quite well. And how did the race go for you?
Well, after that first lap incident with Beast being typo glitched, I was thinking maybe there's some good points, but unfortunately I got typo glitched with Ozone and went straight backwards.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Had an awful start. Great fight back. And you almost got up to 6v2 Ozone towards the end.
Yeah, I was catching, but I kept making mistakes in different sectors in each lap, so the gap was just going back to what it was in the first place.
Yeah. Well done. Again, I think a win is not too far away for you at the moment. You're getting quite close, so maybe next week the pace is definitely there, but well done. Second place, my favourite F5 driver. It's 6v2 Ozone. I thought you were there for the win.
Tell me all your favourites.
I thought you were going to win this race tonight, if I was honest. About 20 laps in, I thought just before I went off to get a drink, you were closing in on the leader, and I thought you had the undercut, and I thought you were going to make it. How come you were 15 seconds off at the end of there?
Lisbon did a 2-stop and I did a 3-stop, so it wasn't too much I could do. My tyres were just wearing too quickly.
Yeah, and he just managed to get more pace out of his tyres over the course of the stint, I suppose.
Yeah, the prime stint in the middle of the race he killed me on. He managed to get about 4 or 5 more laps out of his tyres than I could. That's where I really lost him.
Yeah, but it's a decent result for you. 18 points. Well, if any stewards incidents get changed, then that might change. Who knows? But it's definitely 18 points as it stands. That puts you 9 points in the lead for the F5 Championship. With Gravedigger missing out today, so you'll be leading it. Any pressure going into the final few races of the season?
I don't know. I think USA and Abu Dhabi are going to be the ones I watch out for. They're 2 of my worst tracks, so I think Gravedigger's going to beat me there. I think tracks like Japan and India, I've got to try and get the most out of them.
And it's just, you think it's between you and Gravedigger, you think now?
I think at the moment, I think people like Beast and I know Beast and Crazyfish didn't do very well tonight, but they could get a couple of wins together, they could be back in it, but I think at the moment it is between me and Gravedigger.
And last season, obviously, you're in a similar position in the F4 division. Not really bottling it, but obviously not coming out on the winning end of a championship. Do you think that's going to affect you going into these final few races?
Not really. Rise to Tag was just too quick that season. I had no chance of beating him. But I know I can beat Gravedigger. It's not as much pressure.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, a decent result for you tonight. Another podium to add to the collection. But our race winner on his final race, I think, isn't it? Lisbon Lions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice to go out on a bang, getting a race win.
Yeah, about time.
Well, yeah, I have to say, I think you won China, wasn't it? Last?
Yeah, a long time ago.
So, obviously, yeah, not being in the winner's circle for quite a long time, but performances have been good and it's all just worked out now quite well. So, obviously, you're not racing between now and the end of the season, which is a big shame, but how you'll be back next season on 2014 on
Yeah, I'll be back
360?
next season, hopefully stronger.
And obviously that's this result tonight sort of confirms that you're a front runner in this division, really.
Hopefully. We'll see next season whenever I hopefully have a better connection and hopefully finish some more races.
That's true. Well, congratulations to you. I mean, obviously
Thank
it's
you.
only going to help in terms of constructors' points now, but it's been not too bad a season. A couple of race wins in there, which only a few drivers have done. So, well done, and that is our top 3,
Thank you.
folks. All of the action from South Korea is over. Great, the worst tracks on the calendar. But we'll be back next week for Suzuka, one of the iconic tracks in F1, live from Suzuka. I'll be there. Jamie will be there next Wednesday for F5 and T6. But before then, we've got myself and Pete Marcroft, aka Swishbone, in the box for F1 live Sunday night. Hopefully with overtakes the week just a little bit before the stream as well. From 8 o'clock live, 100% race from Japan. Then you've got GP2, isn't that? So I Love Jigsaws and Riotous Tag in the box for GP2 on the Monday night, and then on the Tuesday you got the double header. You got F1 Speed and Alonso with GP3, and Swishbone and Bobbert's doing F4. And then you're back with us next week, same time, same place. So we hope you enjoyed it, guys. Well done to the top 3, and we'll be back next week.